It's day 2 of my experience as a Virgin Voyages rockstar, where I'm testing out something about this energetic cruise line. Can you have an amazing time on Virgin Voyages without being a party person? We'll see, but today I'm starting with a bungee workout that I've been trying to do for about 5 sailings now. Then Key West eats, and a Scarlet night that's all vibes and no chaos. Waking up as a solo in a rockstar suite, it just hits different. That bed is a true king, not twins pushed together. And I'm telling you, it's noticeably more comfortable than what I've experienced in the regular and solo cabins. Even the bathroom felt spacious. I wasn't squeezing past anything, wasn't brushing up against curtains or walls. I could actually move. The shower, the walking space, it felt easy. This felt like a real bedroom, my own space, my own balcony. Just me, the ocean, and that quiet morning light. Okay, so after 5 sailings, I finally made it into the bungee workout class. And yes, I truly believe that the Rockstar Early Access allowed me to book earlier and helped me to snag the spot. Now, let me tell you, this class is no joke, but it was so much fun. You're bouncing, you're suspended, you're working muscles you didn't even know you had. Hard? Yes. Humbling? Absolutely. Worth it? 100%.
Have a fun in this bungee class.
If you want to try this class, try to snag a spot as soon as you're on the ship's Wi-Fi. Workout done, quick outfit change, and now I'm off to the historic Seaport food and cultural walking tour. Just listen to the lineup of stops we're about to make. Hey, are you enjoying this content so far? If you are, I hope that you will like this video and subscribe to the channel so that I'll know to create more content like this.
Getting a Cuban mixed sandwich that has ham, pulled pork, and all of the fixings. We are going to Bagatelle restaurant, and at Bagatelle you get a piece lobster mac and cheese. That is our Florida lobster, spiny lobster. It's a 4-cheese mac and cheese. And then we'll go to Eaton Street Seafood Market, and you'll get a couple of our Key West pink shrimp, which is our shrimp from here. And last but not least, we'll finish up at the key lime pie co with a slice of your key lime pie. All right? Does all of that sound good to you guys?
Yeah. I normally skipped organized tours in Key West and just explore solo, but I figured why not switch it up? Before we go in, our guide gives us our first history lesson. She's talking about a nearby house that belonged to an Englishman who built his wealth in the wholesale liquor business.
Building right there, it's the second oldest building here in the island. Mr. Roger Carey. Roger Carey was a very wealthy Englishman who used to have a lot of wholesale liquor stores.
Garbo's Grills is one of those places you might walk past if you didn't know, but it's been featured on the Food Network for a reason. Behind Garbo's is Hank's Hair the Dog Saloon, with this relaxed outdoor stage area, a cozy bar inside, and walls covered in dog photos. It feels like the kind of place locals love. No fuss, just really good food.
And this is our first one. This is the mahi-mahi.
This mahi-mahi taco was so fresh. Light, flaky grilled fish, wrapped in a warm, soft shell. Perfectly seasoned with just the right balance of sauce and flavor. It didn't feel heavy, just bright and really satisfying. And this right here is why I'm starting to love food tours. Yes, you learn some history. Yes, you get some culture. And yes, they're gonna take you to some of the best food spots in the area because they want you to come back. But what I really love, you discover local spots. The kind of places you might walk past if you didn't know. Less touristy, more authentic. And now I know exactly where to come next time. And here's the thing, this was great, but this wasn't even the best stop. The best was still to come. Quick tip, this is a real walking tour. Now the sidewalks were mostly smooth and easy, but we kept a steady pace to stay on schedule and make sure we made every stop. So don't wear cute shoes, wear comfortable ones.
These are called the presidential gates. Now this whole area right here is called the Trim and Annex. The Trim and Annex was added onto the island by the Navy. Now getting back to the gates. The presidential gates are for the presidents. The last president that walked through these gates was JF Kennedy. That was during the Spanish War. There's 5 different entrances to this whole complex. This is where we the locals go watch the sunset on the other side.
Remember when I said the best stop was still coming? We're walking into the shops at Mallory Square, and this one surprised me. Cuban Coffee Queen. Now, here's the funny part. I've actually been here before. And what did I get? Well, coffee, of course. Because who walks into a coffee shop thinking they're about to have one of the best Cuban sandwiches ever? But let me tell you, this sandwich surprised me. First of all, the portions on this tour were not sample sizes.
I wish I would have brought a bag with me.
This was a real sandwich. Honestly, this along with some chips and a drink would have held me over until dinner.
That tastes good. Okay, I've got to get the name of this sandwich from her because this is really good. When I come back, I might come here.
But the flavor, the bread pressed just right, the layers, the balance. It was warm, savory, and just so satisfying.
Pulled pork, ham and cheese. And she said this one doesn't have, pastrami or salami, but I can taste the mayo, the pickle, the cheese. What did you say the name of this was?
Cuban mix.
Cuban mix.
This right here, this was my favorite stop. But honestly, that was enough. I didn't want to finish the whole thing because we still had a few more stops to go. And I needed to pace myself.
All right, one more bite.
Well, okay, that's it. The coffee is good, but that Cuban mix sandwich, I'll be back. Then a shopping break, sandals and cigars.
Local shops really quick, in and out. If you're a quick shopper, I'll allow it. But if you'll take a long time, it's just best for you to come back another time, okay? So we'll do the Kino Sandal Factory and the Rodriguez Cigar Factory. We will start at, we're gonna have to start at the Rodriguez Cigar Factory. The Rodriguez Cigar Factory, they used to be the plantation. Now they both moved here from Cuba around 1940s. And by that time, we didn't have any land to plant absolutely anything, so they became a factory.
The next stop was Rodriguez Cigar Factory. We couldn't film inside, but we were allowed to take photos. They walked us through the cigar rolling process, and watching it done by hand was actually really fascinating. The precision, the technique, it's definitely an art form. Then we headed to Kino Sandals. And listen, I was this close to walking out with a pair. They're handmade right there in Key West. And when I tried them on, so comfortable. But I don't like making rushed decisions, so I left from there for now. And honestly, I'm still thinking about them. Our next stop was the Bagatelle restaurant.
We're gonna be going into this building. I want you to see how big it is. Alright, I'm gonna tell you some history on it once we get.
We had a private room upstairs with its own little bar, and you could order drinks for an extra charge if you wanted. Now, they're apparently known for their 4-cheese mac and cheese. Now, it was really creamy, more creamy than cheesy to me. Definitely different from my grandma's baked mac and cheese. Not bad, but just not what I expected. But that's what I love about this tour. You get to try things you might not order on your own.
This guy, and it's not advertised as it because, if you tell somebody, gluten-free beer, we're all like, yeah, that sucks. It's not the same, But this place has gluten-free beer because the owner has celiac. And oh my goodness. It's so awesome to be able to have different types of beers now because he has it, And they also have really good food. So if you have the time, come check them out.
And as many times that I've been to Key West, I've never been over here to the Seaport Harbor. And that's what these food tours can do. They get you out of that little half-a-mile comfort zone around the ship.
Down there, that's tarpon. You can see it, they come up for air. Apparently they have an air bladder, so they come up for air, kind of like the dolphins do.
The Seaport Harbor had little shops, restaurants, and just this really great relaxed atmosphere. It felt like a place you could hang out for a while. And even though it seemed popular, it wasn't overcrowded at all. Honestly, if I didn't book a food tour, this would have been a great place to explore. And this was Jimmy Buffett's old recording studio.
So they're fighting to keep it the way it was to actually, but then also some people were saying that to record there is like $1,800 an hour, which is kind of like a lot of money. Now Jimmy Buffett's family is saying they want to do something for the community and have the community use it for free, but still have it stay at the Jimmy Buffett recording studio. It used to be a shrimp cooler, so it's called the Shrimp Boat Sound. So you can also go in there and watch them make the beer. They're the ones that make the Crazy Lady beer, Island Live, that you probably have seen on the menu. Of their porches, it's a Haint blue. Like if you look at this one, it doesn't have to be all the same shade of blue, but it's a Haint blue. It's Haint. It's a Caribbean voodoo belief that the spirits don't like to walk over water. Whoops. So that's protect their homes from the spirits. But the other one is that the bees, the wasps, the spiders don't like to make their nest on something that mimics the color of the sky.
Our next stop was Eaton Street Seafood Market, and this one felt different. We were served local shrimp, and white wine was included. What makes this place special is their focus on real Key West seafood. They work with local fishermen, not imports pretending to be something that they're not. Inside, there's a cooler with drinks you can grab, a small stock of spices and local items, and a case full of fresh seafood. Stone crab, snapper, shrimp, all laid out like a map of the island's fishing culture. It feels simple, authentic, a little removed from the Duval Street rush. And that shrimp, fresh, sweet, and exactly what you want in Key West.
The Alpine house, it was built by a guy from the Bahamas. It was priced at $200,000, and then eventually Calvin Klein came by and offered him $1 million, which of course the guy took. And well, for one, that ruined our housing market. But when he and his wife moved here, she absolutely hated Key West.
Yeah.
And so they soon sold it for $4 million.
Oh.
As we made our way to our final stop, we walked through a residential neighborhood where our guide shared history about the homes, the architecture, and some of the customs unique to the people who've lived here in Key West for generations. And yes, we did a lot of walking in those 3 hours, but I actually loved it because it took me down streets I had never walked before and gave me insight into Key West that I wouldn't have picked up just strolling around on my own. Our final stop was the Key West Key Lime Company. Now, I've actually been here before, back when I was more sensitive to gluten. I came specifically for their gluten-free key lime pie. This time, I got both. I still chose the gluten-free version, but now that I'm less sensitive and I take enzyme tablets, I'm comfortable tasting things in small spurts. And being Key West, they have key lime everything. Pastries, cookies, candies, body products, even beignets. One of the ladies tried the beignets and said they were amazing. She did offer me a bite, but I decided not to just push it with the gluten. Maybe another day.
If you have Cuban bread is very similar to the white Italian bread or the French baguette, but the Cuban bread has lard. The lard is what makes it softer, tastier, but it's also what makes it go back faster. So once it gets solid hard, back then they will mash that up and make the crust for the key lime pie.
Now, this was a really great tour to me. Now, at the time, it was $89 with the option to add drinks for another $15. Honestly, there wasn't anything that I didn't like on this tour. But that Cuban mix sandwich, that was my absolute favorite. I would definitely recommend this tour through Key West Food Tours, and I'm already looking at another one of their tours to try the next time. Ready to try Virgin Voyages or sail again with new friends? Join me October 17th through the 22nd, 2026 on Resilient Lady for my Resilient Escape group cruise. Going to Grand Turk, adult only, high energy when you want it, wellness when you need it. You'll have community without losing your freedom. Links below. Are you ready for your first or your next cruise and need assistance? Scan the QR code and let's work together to plan your customized cruise experience.